Hey guys, today we are going to speak about Google Ads PMax campaigns. On YouTube there are multiple tutorials on how to run this properly, and today we're not going to make a tutorial, but I'll be showing you the highest impact settings and changes you can do in your PMax campaign. And when you do this, you're going to see results immediately on a daily, weekly basis. You're going to see improved ad spend and efficiency. We're going to start from general settings, campaign level settings, and the first one is conversion goals. Now it's set to account default here, which is not a best practice. You always want to have a campaign specific goal and have one purchase. Now in this case, this is not an urgent issue because there is only one goal in this account purchases and it only has one conversion action under it. But if you add another conversion goal, let's say from submissions or phone calls or other conversion actions to your account, in this case by default this campaign will start to optimize for these goals as well. So always when you're running PMax, make sure to have a campaign specific goal and have one conversion action that the campaign will be optimizing for. Second thing, the customer acquisition setting. When you're just starting it, campaign won't be spending at all, but because Google won't understand who are your existing customers, so it won't be able to bid for hire for new customers. I'm not even speaking about only bid for new customers. So these two settings are good for testing when you have a big audience of existing customers. And even in cases when we tested this for higher budget accounts, we couldn't prove the incrementality of the settings. So by default, we always recommend using the report on new customers acquired, because in this case you just see the breakdown of your new and returning customers, and the budget and bidding adjustments are still on your, so you just read the data and you decide how to approach with your settings. In case when you use the bid higher for new customers setting, then you're going to have inflated CPCs for sure, and results in terms of incrementality are under question. Same applies to customer retention settings. Don't use this. Now let's speak about the asset optimization. So this is a setting which will make sure that you don't show to your customers the exact ads that you had in mind. So text expansion, it's going to crawl all your URLs of your website, and it can show ads driving traffic to outside of the original landing page that you targeted and outside of the text assets that you provided to Google. Same for images, same for videos. We always recommend disabling this, especially if you're running a feed-only PMax. In case of feed-only PMax, if you do this, then you won't have a feed-only PMax, because you will allow the campaign to show search ads, to show image ads, and to show video ads. We highly recommend turning this off for a more controlled ad spend. About brand exclusions, we're going to talk about it a bit later. And the locations, you need to have it set to presence in case if you have a specific market, so you want to spend your money specifically in US or UK or whatever country it is, you change your location option to presence. If you change it to present or interest, then your spend can go outside of this country or the specific location targeting based on a black box logic that Google uses. Now let's go to the channel report. So this is a red flag. Okay, if you go to your insights, channel performance, you choose your campaign, and then here you see that 53% of your budget is going on Google Display Network, then you can know that like 100% or 99%, okay, I'm giving Google 1% chance. 99%, this is wasted ad spend, okay, and you don't want to appear on Google Display Network because it's basically the lowest quality traffic that you can get. PMax can show ads in multiple placements. This is Google Search, YouTube, Discovery, Gmail, Google Maps, and Google Display. If we rank them by the priority where you want to spend, display is basically the lowest. You don't want to spend in display until of very specific use case, and you don't want your PMax to do that. What can happen under the hood, especially when you have a very high ratio of repeat customers? Google just identifies these users who are going to buy from you anyway, and then it spends tons of money in Google Display on ads. Even your customers, they don't notice these ads, but Google spends and it claims conversions which are not incremental. So you want to keep your spend mostly going into Google Search, and then it can be some YouTube, Discover, Gmail, but like most of your spend should be going on Google Search. Okay, now how to make sure that you're not spending much in Google Display Network. So we're going to Tools, Content Suitability, and the Excluded Placements. Now, the app categories, everything here, you should check everything and exclude all of this. And most of the Google Display spend is going exactly to this kind of placements. I'm going to show you this. If we go to the report editor, and there is a specific already predefined report called Performance Max Campaigns Placement. You go to this report and you see that, so by impressions, you see that most of them went to mobile app, mobile app, mobile app, mobile app. Then what you can do in order to further decrease it is you can check this placements report regularly and upload all of these placements as negative in the same report. So you download this and you filter for the highest impression getting placements, then you go into content suitability and you upload this here, enter the URLs here, and you will exclude them. So we have for now 245 websites and apps. Yeah, but usually when we manage the account, this can get to up to 5,000, 10,000 placements excluded. So and we always aim to keep the budget spent, like 99% of it should go on search and shopping placements. Now let's get back to the brand setting that we skipped in the campaign settings. Why? Because it's a bit deeper topic. So here Google says that we can choose a brand and we can exclude it. And also it says allow shopping ads on searches that mention excluded brands. So which means that Google allows us to remove our brand from the PMax search, but still keep it for PMax shopping ads. If we want a pure PMax prospecting campaign, we don't want our shopping ads to be showing our brand terms as well, and we're excluding the brand. Or we can create a new brand list. From here you just type your brand and if you don't find it, you can request a brand until it gets approved. There is another way how to exclude your brand, and actually even if you do this, even if you add your brand here, it's still highly recommended to go into your search terms report, type some variations of your brand name, and just select and add it as a negative keyword. Okay, so why you want to do this? Because what will PMax do in case of brand? It's understand that these people are converting better and the intent is very high, and PMax is going to increase your CPCs, going to allocate more spend to your brand campaign. As opposite, what you can do is just have a separate branded search campaign and branded shopping campaigns in your account, and which is probably a topic for another video. What I just showed you is a way of pushing your spend towards finding you new customers, cold customers, in the highest impact placement that Google has, which is search and shopping. Let's try to summarize and make a checklist from this. So you need to make sure that your PMax campaign is always optimizing for one conversion goal, and that goal has one active conversion action set as primary. Customer acquisition. We're not using bid higher for new customers or only bid for new customers. We are not using the customer retention setting. The locations is set to presence, not presence or interest. The language, it can be used, all languages can be tested to increase the volume if you have already some good results. Asset optimization, turn it off in 99 cases. It's the better approach, and your brand is excluded. In other words, what we are doing with when these settings are implemented, you're controlling your ad spend, you're pushing it towards better placements, and you're giving Google less opportunities to inflate your CPC. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Go and make changes in your account, and stay tuned for the branded search and branded standard shopping campaign creation video.